Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. Today, we're going to be doing an Indian dish that I really have no idea how to pronounce, but you all know it as butter chicken. It's probably the only Indian dish that most American people know. If you know another one, drop it down in the comments. Maybe I'll do a recipe on that one later. Now, as always, before we get to the ingredients and the recipe, do me that favor. Go ahead, like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of these great recipes. So yeah, we're doing butter chicken today. I'm gonna be serving this over some rice. I'm not gonna show you how to make rice. I hope you can all make rice by now. And if you can't, if you're always messing it up, just get yourself a rice cooker. It makes it so much easier. I don't have one, but if you need one, go ahead and get one. Anyway, for a dish that's called butter chicken, you would think that there's a lot of butter in it. There's actually not. So what's in it? Let's get to those ingredients. Not too many ingredients for this dish. We've got some cilantro, obviously a little bit of butter that we're gonna use. We've got garlic, ginger, some onion, our spices, turmeric, garam masala, and chili powder, tomatoes, tomato paste, cream, cashews, and of course, our chicken. The best part about this dish is we can do it all in one pot.
The first step here is to get our chicken diced up. I'm using chicken thighs today because chicken thighs are hard to overcook. They've got a little bit of fat here, which I like. You can certainly cut that off if you want to, but they're hard to overcook and hard to dry out. So we'll go ahead and we'll start by cubing these up. We want to try and get these all to be roughly the same size so they cook at the same pace. I got like an inch by inch cube here. Maybe it's 2 inches, who knows. But anyway, I want to get these all cubed up about the same size, and then we'll set these off to the side and then prepare our marinade for the chicken. Marinade's pretty simple. Into a stainless steel bowl, we'll add that chicken that we just cubed up. Once we've got our chicken in the bowl, we'll go ahead and add in some yogurt. I like to use Greek yogurt just because, again, it's got a high fat content. Go ahead, add in our turmeric. Turmeric is what's going to give it this nice orange color, kind of earthy flavor as well. We'll add in our garam masala, very typical for Indian spices. And lastly, we'll add in some chili powder. Now, I like to use ancho chili powder because it's got a slight underlying smoke flavor as opposed to regular chili powder. Next, we're going to go ahead and grate in 1 clove of garlic. You can certainly dice this or use garlic paste if you want. I'm just being a little extra and using a microplane. Once the garlic's done, we'll go ahead, we'll do some ginger in that same manner. Now that we've got all of our spices, our ginger, our garlic, and our yogurt, it's time to get in there and mix this all together. Just use your hands, it's super easy. We just want to make sure that we get everything nice, combined, and coated. Yes, recommend using gloves for sanitary reasons. I hate touching raw chicken. But again, just get this all mixed up nice together so that everything is evenly coated and combined. And then we're gonna let this sit for about 30 minutes or so.
While our chicken is marinating, we got a few minutes. Let's go ahead and prep our onions, garlic, and ginger. So dice up half of an onion, some garlic and ginger, about 2 cloves of garlic, an inch piece of ginger. Get those ready. We'll set those to the side. They'll be part of our sauce. And as always, remember, the full ingredient list with measurements will be down in the description box below.
Now that we've done all the prep for our other vegetables, it's time to get the chicken cooking. In a pot, we'll add in a little bit of avocado oil here. You could use butter. However, butter tends to burn with the amount of chicken that we're cooking, and I don't want it to burn too much. So add in our chicken. Go ahead and spread this out a little bit. Make sure we're using all of the bottom of that pan. We just want to get a good color on our chicken. We're going to cook this for about 3 minutes or so on this side. And then we'll go ahead and we'll flip all those pieces over. This is what it should look like, a little bit of color. I actually could do this a little bit longer, but whatever. Once we get that chicken turned over, we'll cook it for about 2 to 3 more minutes on this side, so it's about 80% of the way done. Once we're there, let's get it out of the pan. I should be using a spoon here, but this is what I've got in my hand right now, so that's what I'm going to use. The spoon would have made it so much easier. Once I've gotten all the chicken out, we'll go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons of butter. Remember, I'll put all the measurements in the comments below. Go ahead and let's get that butter melted down. Try and get some of that flavor up off the bottom of the pan as well. After we've got the butter down, let's add in our onions. Give those a good mix. Get that all coated in the butter. Again, we're trying to scrape off the flavor from the bottom of the pan here. Make sure you're adjusting your heat accordingly. We started out on medium high. I'm now reducing this down to a medium as I'm starting to see this brown a little bit. Once the onions are nice and coated, we'll toast our spices up. These are the same spices that we just marinated the chicken in: garam masala, tumeric, and ancho chili powder. Get those spices nice and toasted. We should be smelling a great aroma right now. After we mix those together, let's go ahead and add in our diced garlic and ginger. Now, if you didn't dice up garlic and ginger and you want to use paste, that is totally fine. I just had some, so that's why I used it. But it all works the same. It's going to get blended at the end anyway. So continue to mix that together so it's nice and combined and fragrant. We'll go ahead and add in about 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Again, mixing that together to combine thoroughly. You can see we're starting to build up some flavor on the bottom of the pan still. It's okay when we add in our crushed tomatoes in just a moment. There's a lot of liquid and acid in there that's going to get all of that on the pan. So continue to stir, cook this down about 3 minutes or so. It's going to be total after we've gotten everything in. Now it's time to add in our tomato sauce. Let's make sure we get all of the tomatoes out of there. Go ahead, give that a good mix and scrape up that flavor off the bottom of the pan. Once we got it mixed together, add in your cashews, about a cup. If you have a nut allergy, you can leave the cashews out, but they're a great flavor addition to this. Go ahead, add in our heavy cream. It's about a cup or so. We'll go ahead and mix that together till it's nice and thoroughly combined. You can start to see that traditional great orange color come through here. So go ahead, mix that all together. And we're gonna let this cook for about 2 to 3 minutes till those cashews get a little bit soft. And then it's time to hit it with our immersion blender. You can throw this in a regular blender as well. Just be careful because it is gonna be hot. And we're gonna puree this up till it's nice and silky smooth. Once we've got that to our desired texture, I like to finish with a little bit more butter here because it is butter chicken after all. It just adds another depth of flavor. Let's go ahead and add our chicken back to the pot. Make sure you get all of those juices off the pan. Again, that's a lot of flavor that we don't want to waste. Mix that all together to combine, and we'll let this cook for about 5 minutes or so. That cream will thicken, our chicken will finish cooking, and all of those spices are going to start to come together really, really nicely. And after about 5 minutes, we're ready to plate up. Like I said, I'm using jasmine rice here. I think basmati is more traditional, but I had jasmine, so that's what I'm using. Butter chicken right on top of the rice. That orange contrasting with the white looks great, but there's always more that we can do. I'm gonna spray this with a little bit of chopped cilantro. That green really pops out as well. And because I'm a little bit extra and I think it just really adds to the overall dish, I like to add another dollop of Greek yogurt right in the middle. Again, this is not traditional, but I think it looks really well, so I did it. And then I finish it off with a little bit of smoked paprika, which is just gonna add another pop of color and some great, great flavor.
And that's our butter chicken, ladies and gentlemen. It smells amazing. The smoked paprika is not traditional, but it adds a great aroma and flavor. Man, listen, like, subscribe, follow, hit that notification bell. Until the next dish, y'all.